Jehovah gives us his Holy Spirit, which is the power beyond what is normal to continue. Now there are many things. Let's say this now. Let's say you've got a phobia about something.
You've got a few.
Well, I wonder why I picked that one out. And let's say, in order to accomplish something that Jehovah wanted you to do, it meant that you had to walk through a room of spiders. Right? Now you know, for yourself, even to earn a living, you would never ever walk through that room of spiders. Right? However, because it's for Jehovah and you pray for Jehovah to help you through that, you get this strength in order to actually pluck the courage to overcome.
Well, that's what these meditation people do, don't they?
Yeah. But,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you
positive mental attitude.
Yeah. But you see, what we're saying is, they're not putting positive mental attitude and all that. What we're saying is that if you pray to Jehovah, right, none of this kind of psych yourself up and PMA and all that kind of stuff. What we're saying is, if you pray to Jehovah and walk through it, then it's Jehovah that gets the praise.
How would you say, look, Steve, I went through, I hate spiders and that. I prayed to Jehovah and I went through a room full of them. And the next bloke would come back and went, Steve, I had 10 minutes meditating outside, I hate spiders, and I walked straight through it. Now one doesn't invoke a God, one does.
Yeah.
How do I differentiate between two? Why do I need to do, God must exist then, because Tony went through some spiders. When a bloke can do it perfectly well without a God.
Right. I get your thought. I won't reason on any more on that because we'll be here all night.
Sorry, mate. I mean, just
no. It's something I think I've thought on.
Yeah.
Let me think more about it. If you, say like there's two instances, right? That you're going to go through two types. You personally, not the other person. You're not comparing yourself with anybody else. You're going to say, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this kind of meditation business and all that, PMA, to get through this room of spiders, right? And then I'm going to do it Jehovah's way. Or do it Jehovah's way first, and then do the PMA kind of thing. Now, if Jehovah does exist, there will be a difference between the two.
Well, why do I stop with Jehovah then?
No.
I have to do 50,000 gods and walk through it 50,000 times, see which is what best like.
Well,
because if they do exist, then the best one will be that God.
Right, so you're starting with Jehovah though, aren't you? Right. So therefore, if you've done it with Jehovah and got through it, and it says, right, I'm going to do the 50,000 ones after it now, see how I feel, you will feel the difference and know the difference.
But would I need to go through 50,000 rooms for spiders to think which gods made me go through better?
Well,
or do I think, well,
it's you that want
I've gone through a room with spiders, I don't have to invoke any god really.
Yeah. But it's you that wants the prayer answered at the end of the day.
But that's what we're trying to do is look at the criteria for what is and what isn't sufficient evidence for answered prayer. So comforting feelings and walking through rooms of spiders are not sufficient criteria, because these can be done for other gods or without gods, just as good.
But
it's the criteria that we need for answered prayer. We've got to narrow it down.
What I'm trying to say is this: you see, if you've experienced Jehovah's help, then you'll know it's Jehovah, right? Now, if you try to do the same thing, like for instance, again, if you beat a phobia through meditation or whatever, right, and then you do it through Jehovah, you will feel a difference between the two.
Yeah. But again, say if there's a Muslim there and says, Steve, if you do a meditation and then you pray to Allah and go through this room, you'll see a difference.
Well, that's true.
But I'll be thinking, there's only two options. It's either Allah or it's PMA.
No.
Or do I think, there's Job as well. And there's Vishnu, and or do I keep going all day like?
Well, you see, the thing is, what we're saying is that if this is the true God, and you go through that situation and had that kind of feeling, but then your mind says, all right then, I'll try Vishnu. Just try, I randomly pick out 5 other gods to do it through, right? And then see how that works.
Now, what if I feel better with Vishnu?
What's worse, here's the thing now, here's the thing. Jehovah will not, if you did that, Jehovah would almost...
Would he back away?
Yeah.
But isn't that, I know, but isn't that rather convenient?
No. Well, alright, let's
But
say...
what you're saying is it's either PMA or Jehovah or don't bother like.
No, not that. What I'm saying is, that if you do something, right, and you've had Jehovah's help, then you're going to do something, the same thing, but this time you're going to invoke other gods, right?
Yeah.
Now you see, if Jehovah is the true God, not only would he back away, but he'd make sure that it would run right for you.
What other ones?
Yeah. Because if that's the case, then you'd be putting your trust in the other one.
So how do you explain all these Muslims in Indonesia?
Yeah, but they
who have all these answered prayers.
They haven't had what we're saying, the difference between Jehovah. That's what we're saying to you. You're going to have Jehovah's hand in matters.
But they've had Allah's and Vishnu's and all others.
Yeah,
they all say it's brilliant, Steve.
Yeah.
You know, they're saying exactly what you're saying.
No, they're not.
Oh yeah, they do.
If I can kind of simplify this, what we're saying is that if Jehovah is the true God, right, you experience Jehovah's help, right, then you turn your back on Jehovah and go to these other gods. Jehovah will make sure that you won't get the success.
So the best bet is try Jehovah last.
Whatever way you decide to
so what if my first 10 are not Jehovah God? There's some other gods. The 8th one, brilliant. I'm dead confident I'm going to go through this room with spiders. They'll think, well, that's Zeus, that's him sorted, that's the true God, it's got to be.
So,
seriously, would I be in my right to say that? That means Zeus exists.
So if you're putting, what you're saying is, that if you had like 10 other gods, right, and you're saying, right, I'll try 8 gods, and after 8 gods, I'll try Zeus, but then Zeus seems to work. And if
any number from 1 to 10, one of them is better than over 9.
Right.
Don't think, well, that will better than over 9, therefore, insert name of God here, exists. I haven't tried Jehovah yet.
That's true. You could do. No, you could do that.
So I can not even try Jehovah if I feel more confident than the other 9 times. That means that God exists. If I go through a certain God exists, going through some spiders.
Well, no, just saying it like that now wouldn't prove that
Why?
God exists.
So why would it prove that Jehovah exists then?
No.
If one of them 10 were Jehovah and I felt better when Jehovah did it, why would it mean he existed then?
But then...
You see where I'm coming from, can't you?
No, I can't. Because...
Shall I'll put it as simple as I can.
No, okay. You see, if you acknowledge that there is a God, then...
Which I don't. I mean,
right,
obviously not.
so therefore that's what we're going at now.
But I'm trying 10 gods what are not Jehovah.
Okay.
I'm trying 10 gods, and one of them gods, whichever number you want, I will more confident going through this spider room. Do I therefore conclude that this God exists? If not, why should I conclude that Jehovah exists if I'm more confident when I pray to him?
Well, you see, it's 2 things you're looking at now, and that's what I can't.
See, we've got to satisfy this criteria.
Yeah.
You can't just say,
I know.
oh, you feel confident, that means Jehovah exists.
Yeah,
you can't do that because I can still have any God.